Hey y'all. Alright, it is Thursday and it's the day I have been waiting for. I am warming up the car, getting ready to head to Duke, and I'm leaving early because I don't know, as big as that place up there is, just Durham alone, much less getting around the whole Duke system, I just don't I don't know. I looked it up on listen, it's freezing out here. That's why I'm shivering. I didn't know it was this cold outside. And it looks snowy to me. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I wish. At least not till I get home, though. I'm going to be gone all day. But I was saying, I looked up on the website to get a clue where I was going. I like to, see something before I get there in case I, pass it or something. I try to recognize it. So, I pulled it up on Google and, if the picture is of where I have to go, oh brother, or if it's just like a standard shot of somewhere on the campus, I don't know. And then there was a shot of the front that appeared that it would be valet parking. I did not know. So in the email, did I tell y'all this? If I did, skip over it. They sent me a welcome email, and they sent a video, on how to use their parking deck. So listen, country go to city right here. I ain't never. I go to Charlotte and get a ticket, and then you just get your little paper and you go out and you stick the money in and you pay. Well, this one, you get your ticket when you go in, and then it gives you the video of when you go out. They got looks like a room or something where you stick your ticket in, and then it tells you how much you owe, and you pay in the machine, and you can use a card, and then the machine gives you, it's got several of them in there, gives you another ticket that you got to use to get out. So I was like, well, at least I know how to do that. I had to stand there looking like a doofus, right? Well, I went to the website because there again, I like to scope things out before I get in on it. And I scrolled down to where it said parking because I need to find out. And y'all, my gosh, it said the closest parking deck to where I'm going is 1/4 of a mile. Did you hear what I said? 1/4 of a mile. No way under the shining sun could I walk 1/4 of a mile. I can't even walk to my mailbox. So I'm like, if that had to happen, I couldn't go. Somebody would have to come bring a wheelchair and wheel me up there. I mean, that's just the truth of the matter. And then right under it, it said valet parking, $9. So I'm like, I told my husband, I said, well, I'm going to the bank. But it told you where to go and pull up to the end door or something like that. It says, and if you can't get to it, it said you might have to drive around several times before you can get in. I'm like, oh my Lord, have mercy. I am leaving early because I don't want to get caught up in some weird, funky traffic pattern. You know how these places do, those little loop-de-loops and one-ways, and you can't turn here. I don't want to get caught in that, and then I don't want to bypass it, and then you can't find nowhere to turn around, and then I don't want to have to drive around 400 times waiting to get a valet. Then when I do get the valet, I don't have a clue from where you go in at the valet to where the office is. Don't have a clue. I still could have to walk halfway across the hospital or wherever it's at. They have Duke Hospital. No, they have Duke College, you know that. And then they have Duke, I don't know if they call it the medical, so whatever. Big old hospital, y'all know that. But then they have their Duke clinics. So doctors and whatnot that are still Duke have clinics out around the place. So I don't know where I'm going. But I'll try to let you see. Golly, it is cold out here. So before I walked out the door, I filmed my food that I'm taking with me, and I already said it on the thing. I'll say it again. I am a road food person. I like to eat on the road, and I am an emotional person. I eat up all the emotions. Y'all know that. So when me and my son had to travel back and forth to Ohio for child custody, I mean, we had to fight. It was an emotional time, and he is just like me. He's an emotional eater. It's like whatever feeling we had, we just shove food on it. And so that year, me and him together, there's no telling how much both of us gained from that year, because that's all we studied was pulling through and driving through, or stopping at one of the gas stations and going in and just loading up with all the junk. That's all we wanted, was the junk. And so we ate. We just ate our hearts out for a year. And then if I go to the beach or the mountains, don't matter where I go, if I'm in the car on a trip, I like to eat. If I'm going across town, y'all don't know how hard, this ain't no lie, how hard I have to fight driving through just before I get back home, because there's something about, I like eating in the car. Y'all like eating in the car? There's something about eating in the car that, well, I like being in my car. I like listening to my music. I like road trips. So I'm just packed all that to try to give myself variety in case I don't want something else. I got, something instead. I'm trying to do what I can to not drive through. But when I was going to tell you this, and I'm going to be going. But I was talking to Joan on the phone, whatever day that was, a couple days ago, and y'all know Joan, JPP, Joan's Pointed Plate, and Lord, when we get on the phone, it is a gab fest. Y'all just don't know. We get it on. So we were talking, and I was looking up my doctor, and I found him, and then I found a little short video they had, of the doctors. They have them do just a little short intro video. And I took a picture of my computer screen. I told her, I said, he's young. And she looked at it, she said, you got Doogie Howser as a doctor. So I'm going to see Doogie Howser. But I told her, they wouldn't have him working there if he wasn't good, because they got the best of the best up there. But one of his, it said on the thing, he said, well, they like us to talk about our hobbies. He says, my hobby's TV. He consults TV shows about, that is a school bus. You hear those brakes on that? Their medical things, to make sure their medical stuff is correct and accurate. And one of the most notable TV shows he worked on was Elementary on CBS. So I'm like, how cool is that? So I can't wait to talk to him about that. And I looked up his reviews. He's got excellent reviews. Excellent. Everybody commented on how he gave you time, and he let you talk, and he understood. He didn't just like these, I'm just going to say, these ones down here that just pushed me through, except for the last one. He didn't push me through. He still had to deny me, but he didn't push me through like the other two. The other two were just very condescending, and so I'm excited about that. I'm excited to meet somebody that actually is concerned about, what's wrong with you. So anyway, I got to shut this off. I got to turn my heat on. So I don't know if I'll pop on and say anything on the way, if I pull over and stop or something. I might. Anyway, so go look at my food, and I don't know what'll come up after that. It's going to be a long day in the car, and this is a lot of food. But if I don't have options, I will drive through somewhere, because we know I'm an emotional eater, and today is going to be very emotional, and I'm a road food eater terribly. When I go on road trips, all I want to do is drive through somewhere, or stop at one of those cool places, like QT or Sheets. It's got all the good food inside. That's all I want to do. So I'm trying to set myself up to not fail. Here we go. I'll just show you right quick. I've got this cooler, the front and the back. It has the little things that freeze, so I keep that in the freezer. So you don't have to add ice or anything like that. And I got my water, and I will have my coffee right here shortly. Then I got a chicken breast. I keep those little frozen chicken breasts. And I put 1 point's worth of Jones honey mustard and 2 points worth of Sweet Baby Ray's. Then I got a couple cheese sticks for 1 point each. I got 5 points. That's 2 ounces of, it's a beef steak jerky type something that I got at Sam's. I've had it a while. And I keep forgetting to eat it. So I figured, well, that's a good thing for the road. And then I got a bowl full of egg whites. Because I will eat the yolk, but if I don't have to, I really don't want to. So I just went ahead and scooped them out. Put some salt on them. I can just munch on them. We know those are 0 points. So then I have 2 Pockies that I have left from Halloween. I'm thinking they were 2 points each. They may be 3, but I just put them for 2. And a bag of Poppables for 2 points. And that is the Trader Joe's Light Kettle Corn. It's 4 points. Then a couple waters and my favorite soft drink. Cherry Pepsi, so it's diet. You can see Sebastian's stuff back there when he's here. His stuff covers the counter because I don't have a cabinet space for it. So like all his little foods and stuff. So yeah. Anyway, so there you have it. There's what I'm doing for today. Okay, I take this as a sign. You see that? You see that? Find a penny, pick it up, and all the day you'll have good luck. Okay, y'all, I'm back, and I apologize for this sun. I am not exaggerating to you. There was not a sun in the sky until I got backed up in this parking space. I'm not exaggerating. I pulled my phone over here. I had it plugged in to put it up on my little thing. Here comes the sun. I'm like, does it not know that I have got something to do? It looks like it might have went back down. Maybe it won't blind you too much. But I saw the surgeon, and apparently his things I saw online were older because he wasn't Doogie Howser. He was more like Doogie Howser's older brother. So he looked different. He was a little older. He's not old by any stretch of the imagination. He was older. But he came in, well, I saw the nurse and I saw his PA, and then I saw him. And first of all, they took me early. I got there over an hour early because you don't know what you're going to get into, and it was not an appointment I wanted to miss or be late for. And I'm going to tell you what, it is intimidating. That whole thing up there is, if you've ever been there, it is intimidating. And anyway, so I got there, but when I was waiting in the line for the valet, my phone rang, and the area code, I knew it was that area code, but I didn't answer it because I was fixing to go up and talk to the man. Well, I was in there checking in, and then she come over there and called my name, and the girl's like, well, she'll be there in a minute. Turned out she was calling me because I don't know if they had a cancellation or what, and she said they could get me in early. And she was like, no, she's coming from Kannapolis. She's probably driving. I said, well, actually, I was just sitting in the valet line. So I got in and out before even my appointment time. So there's something to be said to getting somewhere early. Well, he come in and I gave him my MRI. She took it to him. And first thing he said was, you've been in pain for a long time, haven't you? Yep, I sure have. He says, getting worse. I said, yep, it sure is. Well, I proceeded to tell him, the other doctors, how they said, you're too big, blah, blah, your BMI. He just looked at me and he said, I don't need a number to help somebody. He said, numbers, I don't need numbers. He said, I need just to know that you're healthy so that the surgery is as successful as it can be. I just want a successful experience. He said, people with bigger numbers can be healthier than people with smaller numbers. He said, you cannot go by that. And he just, These are happy tears. I thought maybe I was through. It's 2.5 hour drive to get here. I thought maybe I got it all out, but can I just tell you, I finally have hope because he's going to help me. I've got to wait on a call from pre-op anesthesia because he said he doesn't know, like, the lymphedema, if that's going to be a problem, if we need to wait on that, or whatever, and then that sore on it. He wants to make sure of that and everything. So, okay, I'm sorry. I thought that boy was coming up in my driveway. So I've got to go to make sure I'm healthy enough. He just wants to check everything out because he said he goes by what they say. Whatever they say is what he goes by. If they say I'm healthy enough for surgery, we're going to have surgery. And if I'm not, then we're going to do what I need to do to get to where I need to be to have the surgery. So at any rate, there's a surgery in my future. Do I want it? No. Is it going to be easy? No. Especially at my size, it's not going to be easy, but the alternative is not an alternative. And when you ain't had hope in such a very, very long time, when you get it, it's a powerful thing. Hope is such a powerful thing. It's powerful when you don't have it, and then you get that power back when you do. So I just can't even describe how it feels that he didn't turn me down, because on the way up there I was so anxious because I didn't know. I mean, when you've been told 4 times over a 3-year period that, yeah, sure, you need surgery, but no, we're not going to do it, you really don't think it's ever going to happen. You don't think anybody is going to be able to do anything. So, knowing that I just feel better. I feel like I finally care, because I didn't care for a long time there, and y'all know that hope thing, when you don't have it, you really don't care. I got to get a Kleenex. Okay. It's hard to care when you feel hopeless, because nothing feels like it's going to work out, Like, why bother? Just why bother? Well, it's like a revelation. Just him saying those words, it's like 1,000 pounds weight's been lifted off my shoulders. There's a different feeling from 8:30 this morning to 3 o'clock. I feel like a whole different person. It's hard to describe, but it's the truth. I'm not the same person in here. My body's still the same. Obviously, it's not been fixed, but my mind is not the same mind that went that way as came back. So that's where we stand. All the thoughts and prayers, I appreciate them. They worked. They apparently worked. And now, as far as my eating, I was going to tell you, y'all saw everything I took, and it's a good thing. I told you I needed to make sure in case I changed my mind, and I did. I didn't want half of what I took. On the way up, I worked on my egg whites, but you know what? I was just so anxious. You'd be surprised how heavy some egg whites can lay on your stomach when you are anxious. I just rarely do I ever not have an appetite. I have an appetite through every emotion that I have except for today. Today was different. Well, when I got through, all was said and done, got back in the car, come down the road, I was hungry. So I ate my chicken. I had brought me a fork. I just sat over here, just ate it, and I didn't eat the barbecue sauce. I just wasn't feeling it. I ate the honey mustard. That was the point. The chicken was nothing, and the eggs was nothing. So after I ate that chicken breast, it was just a chicken breast, and I was still wanting a little snack. Well, I had to stop and get some coffee, and I got in the car and I put some of my ice in it to cool it off, because this cup I got will keep it hot for days. So I knew I had to cool it off, and I just got out of the parking lot and I took a sip and I about gagged. The creamer I used, I thought it was akin to the Coffee Mate that I use, which Coffee Mate is like corn syrup solids or something like that, but it's not sweet. Well, what I got had sugar in it, because you could taste it. You could taste the sugar. Like if I put sugar in my coffee now, it's gross. And I used to have a little bit of coffee with my sugar, and I weaned myself off of it. So there is hope. If you're trying to wean yourself off of sugar in your coffee or real sweetened, you can do it. Just start taking it away little by little. That's what I did. Because y'all, I'm going to tell you, a spoon could about stand up into sugar in my coffee. It was sweet. Well, I was not going to drive 2 hours home without no coffee. So I just come out. It was Sheets. I just come out of that, went down the road, crossed up under the underpass, went down to the Hardee's and got me another coffee, and just put some plain old half and half in it. Much better. That cup of coffee cost me almost $5. I could have gone to Starbucks. By the time I bought one for, it was like $2.45 at Sheets, and Hardee's was like $2.15 or something. So that was an expensive cup of coffee. So when I was going to say, hold on. Okay, I had got a tickle. When I had got my coffee, I thought I wanted a little snack, right? So I opened up my popcorn, and I might have eaten 10 little popcorns, and it just wasn't what I wanted. So I put it back over there, come down the road a little bit. I was like, well, I'm going to eat on my beef jerky. I ate about half of it, and I wasn't feeling it. So I put it back over there. I'm like, well, I'm going to eat my pop chips then. I got about 3/4 of them down, and the salt was burning my mouth. So I quit on them. Then I ate my Pockies. I ate both my Pockies. So I'm going to figure, I ate a point in my dress, and I didn't eat the whole thing, but I'll count a point. What I did was everything I had laid out, I went ahead and put all of it in the tracker. That way I could just take away what I didn't eat. So I pretty much, well, no, I didn't. I'm not going to count no points for the popcorn. I'll just count the 2 for the pop chips, the poppables, because I ain't picking apart 3/4 of it. And count the points for my Pocky. I'll count half for the beef jerky, because I ate about half of that. And I didn't eat my cheese sticks. So, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It might round up to 8. I think about 8 points is what I ate on my 6.5 hour round trip. It was 5 hours just the driving part, and it was about an hour for the appointment. So I'll have to go back up there for that pre-op, and obviously for the surgery, any other appointments I have. And you know what? It's worth every single mile. So speaking of mile, if you have been on this road with me, I thank you so much, and don't leave me, because I'm not through yet. It's going to get rough. It's going to get rough before it gets better. I know that. So I'm tired now. Hadn't gone to the house yet, obviously. So I'm going to head in the house. When you're watching this, just know that I'm probably sitting in my recliner sound asleep. So I will talk to y'all later.